Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Julia. I am a lash artist of almost 9 years. I know, it's insane. But I teach you guys all things lashes, as well as share snippets of my lives and behind the scenes. We are going to be creating this gorgeous lash look right here. It's beautiful, it's elegant, it's dark, it's sexy, it's giving luxury, and all because of the star of the show, the new CASHMERE Glossy Lashes. An ultra deep high gloss black that stays intensely dark under any type of lighting, giving your lashes a richer, fuller, and deeper look. These next generation cashmere fibers are engineered for ultralight, feather soft feel, delivering effortless pickup, smoother fan creation, and a more comfortable wear for your client. That's exactly what these lashes are giving. For only $10.39 and you get 16 rows. Unlike their traditional lash trays that only come with 12 rows, you're now getting 16. And in this economy, that's what I like to hear. And you know VEYES got us covered with the luxury at the affordable price. Cannot beat that, especially in this economy. Lash trays are so expensive right now. Having something that we have high quality and affordability all in one is truly a blessing. So if you want to see how we went from this to this, then just keep on watching.
When they say she get it from her mama, I'ma say you fuck her right. Her body rude is humble like come be in the humble. Tell me is you down, cause I'm trying to go good tonight.
All right, gorgeous babes, we're jumping into it. It's voiceover time. We are starting with Carmel Adhesive, my absolute favorite adhesive in the world. The drying time is so beautiful. All you have to do is kind of adjust your temperature and humidity if you like it to be faster, if you like to be slower, and the retention on this glue is amazing. I think because the viscosity is thinner and it's the lighter color, you could really see where you're placing your fan. My absolute favorite lash fan of all time. I love this fan. It's portable, it's small, it's very sleek, it's very aesthetically pleasing on my lash cart. It's so fast. It's like I said, it's very powerful for a little tiny fan. Going in with the black noir tweezer. This tweezers I'm obsessed with, hands down. True and true, VEYES did their big one with these tweezers. I love the fiber grip, but for some reason, unlike other fiber grip tweezers, the steel of it can be a little flexible. Now, you kind of have to have experience with fiber grip tweezers to kind of understand what I mean by that, but just know that the steel on these ones is a lot durable. So when you drop them, you're actually not going to bend them as bad as other ones that I've actually experienced with. So going in with NextCare sensitive skin tape to tape down the bottom lashes. My client is actually extremely sensitive to texture and feels of products, and we noticed with her we just can't use gel pads, so we're gonna go in and use straight tape. So let's break down the mapping. I did about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, and this is how we're gonna break down the layers. So every single person has different layers. For this client in particular, the great thing about it was she has 3 layers, right? So layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, which you could see in the picture right here. Now onto our left hand side, we have our layer breakdown. So what we're going to be doing is our top layer is going to have our longest lengths, and then we're going to jump down 2 sizes for our second layer, and then jump down 3 sizes for our third layer. I want this to be wispy, but I don't want it to be overly wispy, but I also don't want it to look like it's all one length. It's kind of stagnant. I want some texture. And this is my favorite way to map, to give that illusion of textureness, to give the illusion of a wispiness without overdoing it. She wanted like a beautiful traditional full volume look, and I'm all for it. I haven't done a traditional volume set in such a long time, and it just made me realize how much I miss that. It's definitely giving like 2018, 2019 lash vibes, and I am all for it. Like, I'm here for it. But let's go ahead and get back to the subject of mapping. So in the inner corners, we're doing 12. I'm going to jump up to 13, and then I'm going to jump up to 15 in the center point. So let's break that down and why I jumped up 2 lengths and then only jumped 1 length towards the outer corner. So what I mean by that, oh, and don't forget, we are using fans for this. We have to use fans. I'm using really, really narrow fans for this. That's just the type of fans that I like to do. I like my bases to be very, very snatched. I'm not a wide base or like a really small base with really wide fans type of girl. I personally prefer a narrow based fan. That's just my preference. And if you want to create a set like this, it needs to be a very narrow fan. Okay, but let's go ahead and go back to the picture profile real quick. So for her look, I wanted to create not really a cat eye, but I didn't want it to be an open eye. So here you can see in the mapping that it is a little bit off center. Now, just because on the gel pad, when she closes her eye, the mapping points look like it's directly centered of her eye, but when you open your eye, it's completely different. So again, this is why having like the little dots when you're putting on, like doing the mapping on your client, you put like the little dots where you want your mapping points, because they are so completely different when the eye is open than when the eye is closed. So you need to keep that in mind. So as you can see here, 15, we drop down to 14, we drop back down to 13. That gives the illusion that the eyes are more elongated by the brow bone arch, as opposed to doing like a cat eye where all the longer links are towards the outer corner. I hope that makes sense. So for me, a cat eye for her makes her eyes look too big, and an open eye makes her eyes just look really, really funny. So having it off center point like this just really complements her eye shape so well. So it's hard. I understand. Mapping is so complex, and I definitely really want to do like a full-on mapping course with people one day. I definitely would love to break down mapping a lot more. I'm trying to figure out how, but trust me, those videos are coming. Okay, just wait. But that's pretty much how I envisioned it in my head. I really hope that makes sense. Let me know if it does. Let me know if you guys want more videos like this where maybe I can break down the details a lot more, where it's literally just a specific mapping and brow shape video, where maybe like you can see me and like I can draw on the picture profiles, because it looks like you guys really like when I draw the mapping out and like describe it as I'm doing it. So yeah, let me know. So anyways, we're moving on. We're lashing. We're here at the bottom layer. Again, guys, remember we're jumping down 2 sizes and then jumping down 3. If you want your wispy sets to stand out, you have to jump more than 2 sizes. Now, the reason being why I took it 2 sizes in the middle is because I really, really wanted that depth and that darkness to kind of stand out. Again, I didn't want it to be too wispy, because when you're doing a volume set, if you're going down a bunch of sizes, it looks really funny. The only way you can get away with doing that and not make it look so weird is if you're doing like spikes, or if you're doing like a wet set. Then that's probably the only time you can go down those 2 sizes without making it look like, I don't know, it just doesn't look right. Okay. So again, I hope I'm making sense. I try so hard to like envision it the way my brain thinks, but I'm like, I hope I'm explaining it correctly. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys watch me a little bit of a speed up of the process of me lashing, because you guys said to make this section a little bit longer. So go ahead and enjoy the background music, and then I'll let you guys know when I'm gonna jump back on.
NT, you made this?
Alrighty, and now you guys can see how beautiful, how fluffy. I'm gonna go in, check my work, brush through, making sure for stickies. I'm not 100% done. I'm gonna go in here and now do my touch-up. So I do majority of my lashes as much as I can. So a lot of people ask me, do you lash 100% of the lashes? And the answer is obviously no. I will lash every single healthy lash that I possibly can. And if it's a baby lash that I feel like could be lashed, I will, but majority of the time I leave them alone. Setting them with our nano mister, because your girl finally got her nano mister back. Remember, it's 1 part bonder to 2 parts water. That is what I use for my nano mister, and I'm sorry that this section is blurry. I don't know what happened, but that's pretty much it as far as this tutorial goes, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section if you guys learned a thing or two, what you guys would like to see more in these type of tutorial videos, and what other looks that you guys want me to bring. Yeah, she looks so beautiful. I love the way this set comes out, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.